Most first-time visitors do Guangzhou backwards. They land in one of China's great food cities, go straight to Canton Tower, take a skyline photo, maybe eat one dim sum meal, and leave without understanding why Guangzhou matters. Guangzhou is not just a tower. It is Old Canton, Xiguan lanes, Cantonese food, the Pearl River, a trading city that has been looking outward for centuries, and a modern skyline that only makes sense once you understand the river. So in this video, I'm going to give you the Guangzhou route I would actually use for a first or second China trip. 4 days, built for foreign visitors, with the big practical details included: heat, rain, reservations, payment, metro, and where not to waste your energy. The simple rule is this: do Old Canton first, then do the modern Pearl River City. Day 1 is Liwan and Xiguan, the old Canton side of Guangzhou. Start at Chen Clan Ancestral Hall, also known as the Guangdong Folk Arts Museum. This is one of the best first stops in the city because it gives you Guangzhou's craft and architecture before the city becomes just food and skyline. Look at the roof details, the carvings, the ceramic decoration, the courtyards. This is the visual language of Lingnan culture. The official site lists opening from 9 to 5:30, with ticketing or entry ending at 5, so do not leave it too late. From there, move toward Yongqing Fang and Enning Road. On a cool day, this can be a walk, but AMAP puts Chen Clan to Yongqing Fang at a little over 2 kilometers on foot. In Guangzhou summer, that can feel much longer. If it is hot or raining, just take a short ride. Yongqing Fang is not a hidden village. It is a restored historic district, with cafes, small shops, Cantonese culture, and easy photo stops. But it works because it sits inside the old Xiguan story. Nearby, the Cantonese Opera Art Museum gives you a more specific cultural stop, and it is especially useful if the weather turns bad. After that, continue towards Shamian Island. AMAP puts Yongqing Fang to Shamian at about 1.5 kilometers on foot. It is doable in good weather, but again, do not prove anything to the humidity. Shamian is slower, greener, and easier for a late afternoon walk. This is also the day to eat Cantonese food in the right area. Think dim sum, wonton noodles, roast meats, old-school sweets, and neighborhood Cantonese restaurants. I would not build the whole day around one famous restaurant. Build it around Liwan and Xiguan, then let the meals support the route. Day 2 is the modern Pearl River side of Guangzhou. Start at Guangdong Museum in Zhujiang New Town. This is not just a rain backup, it is a good way to understand Guangdong as a maritime, trading, outward-looking region. The museum's official guide says standard hours are Tuesday to Sunday, 9 to 5, last entry at 4, closed Mondays except national holidays, and real name timed reservation is required. After the museum, use Huacheng Square and the central axis to read modern Guangzhou. This is where the city opens up. Museum, library, opera house exterior, skyscrapers, riverfront, and the view line toward Canton Tower. Then save Canton Tower for late day. AMAP puts Guangdong Museum to Canton Tower at about 2.2 kilometers on foot. That can be a beautiful evening route if the weather is comfortable, but it is not a smart midday summer walk. Go near sunset, or shoot it from the riverfront at night. Canton Tower is the icon, but it should be the payoff, not the whole point of the trip. Day 3 connects Guangzhou's ancient city core to the Pearl River night. Start at Nanyue King Museum, especially the site of King's Tomb. This is where Guangzhou becomes older and deeper than many visitors expect. The museum's English visitor page lists Tuesday to Sunday, 9 to 5:30, ticketing stops at 5, and Monday closure, except public holidays. The King's Tomb site has a 10 yuan full-price ticket, and lower-level tomb access needs an official WeChat reservation. After that, move toward Beijing Road pedestrian street. Yes, it is commercial. Yes, it can be busy. But it works in this route because it sits on the old city axis, gives you food and shopping without overcomplicating the day, and sets up the evening well. From Beijing Road, walk or ride to Tianzi Pier for a Pearl River night cruise. AMAP puts Beijing Road to Tianzi Pier at about 1 kilometer on foot. Guangzhou's official international site reported that Pearl River cruises set a single-day passenger record during the 2026 Chinese New Year holiday. So this is not just a tourist add-on. The river is one of the city's strongest current travel experiences. Book or check cruise times before you go, especially on weekends and holidays. Day 4 is where you choose your Guangzhou. If you want nature and a city view, do Baiyun Mountain early in the morning. Not midday, not in peak heat. Early morning. If you want a slower city day, choose Dongshankou for architecture, cafes, small shops, and a less checklist-driven walk. If you are traveling with kids, Chimelong can become a full-day family branch, but I would not force it into a standard first-time city route. This final day matters because Guangzhou is too broad for one perfect itinerary. Your 4th day should match your trip style. Now, the practical setup. First, weather. Guangzhou can be hot, humid, and rainy. On June 30, AMAP weather showed highs around 33 to 35 Celsius for the next few days, with rain risk. That means outdoor walks early or late, museums in the middle of the day, and no heroic long walks at noon. Second, payment. Guangzhou has an official payment handbook for overseas visitors, and the city has been pushing tools that support UnionPay, WeChat Pay, Alipay, and translation. Set up Alipay or WeChat Pay before arrival, keep one physical bank card, and carry a small amount of RMB cash as backup. Third, reservations. Guangdong Museum needs a timed real-name reservation. Nanyue King Museum and Canton Tower should be checked ahead. Chen Clan and other popular venues can change rules around holidays. Do not assume every attraction works like a walk-in park. Fourth, airport terminals. Guangzhou Baiyun Airport has been rolling out Terminal 3 changes, and Guangzhou International reported that some international flights were being relocated, while most domestic flights stayed at Terminal 1 for the time being. Check your airline terminal before you leave for the airport. So who is Guangzhou for? Choose Guangzhou if you want food, old neighborhoods, a working river city, and a South China gateway that pairs well with Hong Kong or Shenzhen. Choose Beijing instead if you want the most iconic First China history route. Choose Zhangjiajie instead if you want nature and dramatic landscapes. But if you want a China city that explains food, trade, Old Canton, and the Pearl River in one trip, Guangzhou deserves 4 days. Want this adapted to your travel dates, pace, and hotel area? Email huami_zyt@outlook.com for a custom China trip plan.